As you all know, the eyes of the world are on Vilnius, Lithuania. A number of extremely important things are occurring. Securing more Western support for Ukraine, improving NATO's own military capabilities, strengthening collective resolve against China and Russia, as well as terrorists, and of course welcoming Sweden into NATO. Our job is to pass the NDAA. Majority leaders indicated we'll go to that next week, and hopefully we'll pass it before the August recess.
The jobs report that was released here just recently had the smallest increase since the end of 2020. And when it gets adjusted, and every jobs report this year has been adjusted downward to the tune of about 200,000 jobs, I expect that it'll be even smaller. Notwithstanding that, the president is out touting Bidenomics in action. And I think he's turning a blind eye and a deaf ear to what the American people are experiencing out there, because to them, Bidenomics in action means the fact that they've had 16.2% inflation since this president took office, and that it costs $10,000 more per year for the same goods and services that they purchase on an annual basis because of this inflation. And add to that the fact that there have been 26 months in a row now where the rate of inflation has exceeded wage growth. So in other words, the American people are experiencing essentially a pay cut because any increase they're getting in wages isn't keeping up with the rate of inflation. That's been true now for the past 26 months. So the American people's experience of Bidenomics is really higher gas prices, higher food prices, lower savings rate, and higher interest rates. I mean, that's basically what the American people are seeing out of Bidenomics in action. So I would think that the president might, as he gets out across the country and starts to tout this economic record, find that the American people are having a very different experience and are quite unhappy with his so-called Bidenomics in action.
Uh-oh, friends. They just made a big mistake. State lawmakers have just announced an issue that may result in millions of dollars in unexpected taxes due. Some Americans may end up paying more back to the government if this is not fixed. My dear friends, please make sure that you watch until the end of this video for the latest news in Congress. Also, to say thank you for being part of this community, I will be announcing more winners for the Walmart gift card giveaway this coming Friday. My dearest friends, if you'd like to enter the giveaways, please click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you watch and then comment on, the greater your chances, friends, of winning the giveaways. Mistakes happen, but when they happen in tax legislation, it can result in millions of dollars of unexpected taxes. That's what's happened in Minnesota, to the tune of $352 million. The legislature's $3 billion tax bill made headlines when it passed earlier this year. Included in the new law were provisions approving rebate checks for over 2.5 million Minnesota taxpayers and a child tax credit aimed at low-income families. It would also align the state with the federal global intangible low-tax income tax and eliminate state income tax on Social Security benefits for families making less than $100,000 a year. The bill, referred to as One Minnesota Budget, was signed into law in May by Governor Tim Walz, but tucked in the middle of the bill were a few lines that accidentally cost taxpayers money. The tax bill reverts to the 2019 standard deduction. According to Forbes, this is how that happened. A 2019 measure increased the standard deductions and adjusted those numbers for inflation. But when tweaking the most recent bill, scheduled to take effect for the 2024 tax year, no adjustments were made for inflation to boost them to the 2024 levels. So that means taxpayers would miss out on several years' worth of inflation. And those numbers have been significant over the past few years. If the mistake is not corrected, the average state married, filing jointly taxpayer would lose out on over $1,000 in deductions and would pay $210 more, while the average single taxpayers would pay an extra $110. The mistake would affect over 3/4 of all taxpayers, about 2.3 million residents of Minnesota. A small percentage of taxpayers would not have been affected. Fortunately, there's still plenty of time to correct the mistake. Tax returns for the 2024 tax year will not be filed until 2025, giving the state another year and some change to fix this problem. The head of the Minnesota department, Paul Marquardt, whose staff caught the error, promised to make a fix. The monthly child poverty rate increased from 12.1% in December 2021 to 17% in January 2022. That is the highest rate since the end of 2020. The 4.9 percentage point increase in poverty represents 3.7 million more children. The monthly child poverty rate increased from 12.1% in December 2021 to 17% in January 2022. That was the highest rate since the end of 2020. The 4.9 percentage point increase in poverty represents 3.7 million more children in poverty due to the expiration of the monthly child tax credit payments. But on the federal level, lawmakers are also taking action. Newly introduced legislation would reinstate a monthly child tax credit, along with a $2,000 baby bonus for new parents. Democratic Congress members Rosa DeLauro, Susan Delbene, and Richie Torres reintroduced the American Family Act. It is legislation that would make the child tax credit permanent and expand who is eligible. There are 204 members of Congress and co-sponsors of the legislation. Under the provisions of the bill, families with children 6 years of age and under would receive a payment of $300 per month, or $3,600 a year. That amount would drop to $250 a month, or $3,000 per year, per child ages 6 to 17, tacking on an extra year over the previous child tax credit, which ended once a child turned 17 years old. Currently, the child tax credit is $2,000, only payable at tax time and not in monthly installments. The child tax credit proposal is adding an extra provision to the existing credit. It is called a baby bonus. The legislation would increase the size of the credit in the month that a baby is born to $2,000. This means for a child born in January, the family could receive up to $5,300 that year, before dropping to $3,600 the following year. The current child tax credit, which expired in 2025, is available in the full amount for married couples filing joint returns who earn up to $400,000 a year, or for individuals who earn up to $200,000 annually. Then the credit drops incrementally above those income levels. So dear friends, what are your thoughts on all of this? Please let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Well, my magnificent and most marvelous friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for this Tuesday. My dearest friends, thank you so much for joining me here and for being part of this community. To say thank you and to show my appreciation, I will be announcing several winners this coming Friday for the Walmart gift card giveaway. Please make sure you enter the giveaway, my friends, by clicking and liking several of my videos, and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you watch and then comment on, the greater your chances, my friends, of winning the giveaways. Thank you and have a wonderful and very blessed Tuesday.